Hi again, welcome to Pearl Magazine. Like much of the rest of the world, COVID-19 has put the brakes on business trips and weekend getaways for Hong Kongers.
That's right, James. As people stay closer to home, many are discovering hidden gems and interesting local activities. Zelichin finds out if the stay-at-home trend is actually helping homegrown operators.
It's an overcast Sunday afternoon in Chengquano. After a torrential downpour in the morning, many people are out enjoying the waterfront park, strolling on the promenade, shooting the breeze with friends, children skating, and bicycling with the family.
We try to do a bit of biking, do a bit of running, come out to the park and do some frisbees or badminton. So we try to change it. Keep it interesting for ourselves and the kids as well, and just to keep fit.
This Australian-Chinese couple relocated to Hong Kong 15 years ago.
I thought, well, maybe I should explore some career opportunity in Hong Kong. I've never worked in Asia before.
I followed it over to Hong Kong to see how things would work out, and obviously they did, and we've got 2 kids.
Linda works in financial services, and Ray is an entrepreneur. The family of 4 moved to Chengquano 2 years ago. They've enjoyed exploring the area these last few months during the coronavirus pandemic.
I work from home and basically on conference calls till quite late. So for me, taking some time off during the day and going outdoor with the family would be good for me physically and mentally. And also, yeah, the kids have been homeschooling as well, so it's really important that they also take a break.
The great outdoors is better than the inside because sometimes the air is very stiff inside, but the air outside is really fresh, so I like it outside.
They exercise outdoors every day. The Laos had to cancel several overseas holidays because of travel restrictions and concerns of catching COVID-19. Instead of going abroad, they're learning more about Hong Kong. They tried kayaking in Sai Kung for the first time.
It's fun when you kayak and you can float and float and look and go and look at the rocks, and we can see a nice view on the beach.
They discovered glamorous camping on Cheung Chau Island.
It's basically a larger tent with air conditioning, with proper beds inside. And on the side they'll have a bathroom for you, which is great. The highlight for us was the great outdoors and being able to have a barbecue out there. That was a lot of fun, and I think it was a good family holiday.
And the challenges of exploring Hong Kong?
It can be very hot for the kids, especially when you're in a crowded place. You have to have the kids wearing when it.
The first reason is that people have no choice.
Rebecca Chan works at a market research company, which published a report in April on how COVID-19 affected consumer behavior globally. She says there are 2 aspects of the localization trend. First, travel locally.
With the travel ban implemented, people in Hong Kong are forced to stay in the territories. However, the adventurous side still seek to explore. Over the past few months, you could see that during the weekend, those natural hiking trails are more crowded.
And spending locally.
We have seen that consumers are spending more consciously. For instance, they buy products that are necessities, such as hand sanitizers and face masks for precautions.
Many locations in Hong Kong closed because of the pandemic, so many Hong Kongers came out to places like this farm to enjoy the outdoors and grow vegetables.
Wow, how beautiful! Aya, it is bruised. I'll cut it off and see if it is edible.
On this Thursday in Cam Tin, Mrs. Ng picks bitter melons for dinner. She's been growing organic vegetables at this farm for 3 years.
The process is very enjoyable. When you take your things you have grown for your family to eat, wow, my mama planted these. When I see their reactions, I'm very happy. It is priceless.
Mrs. Ng is a homemaker and takes care of her 2 children. She used to tend to her plants twice a week, but that changed when COVID-19 hit.
During the pandemic, the kids are taking online classes from home. I have nothing to do at home, so I stop by the farm in the morning. One time, I came 4 times in a week.
She rents a 50-square-foot piece of land for about $300 a month. She lives only 1 subway stop away from the farm, so it's very convenient. Besides growing vegetables, she goes to unwind and spend time with nature.
There are birds, green trees, fresh air. Firstly, you wouldn't smell the car exhaust or cigarette smoke. And it is more comfortable and very peaceful here. Usually, there's some farmers' laughter and hear the birds chirping or wind blowing. It is very comfortable.
Uncle Paul runs a farm. He used to be a sales manager for an interior design company. When he retired, he rented 60,000 square feet of farmland from local villagers and sublet small plots to city folks. Lately, he's had 25% more rentals compared with a year ago.
Maybe due to the government's policy, they close all the facility, and then people have no place to go. Yeah? And then I know some of the people, they are looking for a place that they can come here to have some relaxation.
People were still looking to go out despite cinemas, gyms, bars, beauty parlors were forced to close for weeks.
Harry Gorge.
Harry Gorge?
Yeah.
Are they ready to be taken out?
No, they should up here.
Oh, okay.
The other half of the land is for his own commercial farming. He sows organic vegetable crops and delivers them directly to customers. Recently, he's had many more orders than he can fulfill.
Maybe people, they don't like to go to the market by themselves because we deliver directly to their home, okay? And also, I think more people want to eat more healthy during this time. They think that organic vegetables is better.
Hong Kong has been relying on the supply of staple food, such as rice and vegetables from mainland and the rest of the world. We believe that COVID-19 has enlightened local consumers about their heavy reliance on import produce. Thus, we have been seeing more trials and shift of preference to local agricultural produce, such as vegetables from farmlands in the new territories.
As the city reopens, Uncle Paul worries that the growth in business won't last.
Maybe after the pandemic period, maybe some people will go away. Now people have no place to go. After that, then maybe they can have another alternative. Okay?
Instead of spending at large brands, some people are supporting small businesses because they want them to survive the pandemic. If these fail, then it would be a loss to the community.
We were in amatriciana sauce, cherry tomato sauce, and pesto vegetarian. Normally we produce, let's say, 20, 30 kilo a week of this sauce. During that week, we really went up to 100 kilo a week of sauce to production.
Gianni owns 4 grocery stores, including this Wan Chai one. They specialize in Italian products. Business increased by about 35% during the pandemic versus a year earlier.
The request of meat, fish, fresh produce, Italian products, olive oil, because people stay at home. And then they become a little bit more health conscious or where the origin of the products.
The grocery stores propped up the restaurant business, which took a hit during the pandemic.
My dream when I was kids, I want to open my farms with my restaurant inside and to use the products from my farms.
Gianni grew up on a farm in Italy. He opened his first restaurant in Hong Kong in 2012.
This one is something of an every grandmother place.
And he decorated with Italian antiques. He expanded to 3 restaurants. They suffered from a 35% drop in business during the pandemic year on year. And this restaurant has a bar license, so had to close for a month as part of the government's coronavirus prevention measures. Instead, the eatery offered takeout to customers.
Because we come from a very tough moment previously with the protests, and when this came, I think I felt much more closer to the team and the customer. Many customers, they are calling me personally. Are you okay? Are you need? Can you get the products from Italy? Can you help us to have this? We will be at home. We will come to shop to your shop.
While he's had fewer customers, Gianni is grateful for the loyal ones that stood by through thick and thin. This diner reopened in May, and it follows social distancing rules by spreading tables 1.5 meters apart and only parties of 8 or fewer. Winnie Jie, a lawyer, just got off of work, and she's eating at one of her favorite places.
Most of their ingredients are from Italy, and the chefs are from Italy, and they have really nice spread of free breads, and yeah, and grissini, and also they have really authentic olive oil and vinegar. I enjoy the minor details in restaurants. Minor details are what make a restaurant a place that you know has good quality food.
Before the pandemic, Winnie used to bring her lunch to the office. Now she goes out for lunch at least 3 times a week and goes to restaurants with her husband for date nights during the weekend. While some of her favorite eateries closed in the last 2 years, Winnie wants these independent businesses and local culture to still be around for the next generation.
I want to support the local businesses as well, because I see a lot of them struggling during the pandemic. When you serve quality food, it takes time, and it takes you time to find ingredients, it takes time to cook, and it's all about the service. I want these businesses to still be here, so when my son grows up, he can still enjoy a good night out with his wife or girlfriend.
Relentless development is hurting Hong Kong's sea mammal population.
After the break, how bad is it and what can be done? Stay with us. Welcome back. It's tough times for Hong Kong's beloved handover mascot, the Chinese white dolphin, and its more elusive cousin, the finless porpoise.
After years of research using state-of-the-art equipment, new insights are being made into these local sea mammals, and the results aren't good. Populations and habitats are on the decline, and the animals are showing signs of stress.
Well, it's construction, pollution, shipping, and fishing nets, which are the main culprits. Douglas George recently spent some time with a research team to learn more about the challenges facing our underwater friends and what can be done to support these vulnerable populations.
It's a bright and windy Saturday. We've joined the Sea Mammal Research Unit for a photo survey of Chinese white dolphins in the waters off of Tai O, south of Lantau Island. Dr. Lindsay Porter has been at this longer than most researchers and is considered one of the foremost authorities on the health and welfare of Hong Kong's dwindling sea mammal population.
Hong Kong's dolphins have been suffering for many years. Their population has been slowly in decline. But in the last 5 to 10 years, that decrease has become a little bit more dramatic. So although there are still plenty of dolphins that use Hong Kong waters, they don't stay here or seem to rely on it as much as they did in the past when I was working here on my PhD and 20 years ago. And some dolphins I see I've known for 20 years. Some of the older ones, I've followed them from when they were born to where they are now.
Naomi is Lindsay's second pair of eyes. She studies the ecology of coastal cetaceans, the Chinese white dolphin and the finless porpoise. And Arthur Lee handles the acoustic equipment, using hydrophones to track the whereabouts and behavior of the dolphins. The shrinking number of dolphins might explain the lack of sightings so far.
Dolphin stalking.
Because we know individuals, and then you see one and then you think, oh, it's got a baby. I do feel slightly like a voyeur because, I know everything about that dolphin's life. When it had a baby, when I last saw it with that boy, what it was doing. But it's science, so it's not stalking.
There were around 30+ adult dolphins in Hong Kong waters at last count, but the counting method is notoriously unreliable, so no one really knows how many are left with certainty. After a few more minutes, finally.
Oh, there. And again there, yes.
You know this individual?
I think so, and there's a few dolphins that have damage to the dorsal fin, and this one we think is Ropey 2. So there's Ropey 2 and Nearly, the one that's nearly finless.
What's happened?
They get fishing gear caught on the front of their fin, and then that slowly pulls the fin off if it gets embedded. And we were talking about the one that was called cheese wire. Right. That's because he or she has got fishing gear around the whole body, and as the dolphin's growing, it's cutting through like cheese wire would through cheese. I don't know what's going to happen to that individual. Nothing good for sure.
The use of hydrophones that collect acoustic data has helped the team find the mammals and track their group movements. Photography helps track the individuals.
Using acoustics has been revolutionary within our field. Whereas with our lovely little sound recorders, we can just put them in the environment and let them run, some for over a year. We can just leave them there for a year, and they record every minute of the day, picking up all those clicks and whistles that dolphins and porpoise use.
It's how they communicate and how they navigate. It's a very special ability to them because they have to adapt to the marine environment. That's why they developed such kind of system, and because the visibility underwater is really poor. They can't really see far.
All the racket they make down there gives away their location, and soon one peak of one dolphin became more, then a lot more. A group of about 10 dolphins began what looked like a cetacean get-together. Dr. Porter offered one theory.
Oh yes, that's called sex. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, they're carrying a dead calf. Oh no.
What is the mortality, usually?
Infant mortality here's about 100%. It's really high. We haven't had calves in years. When the bridge started, or about 3 years into the bridge, and then when the third runway started, there was just no calves. So when animals are stressed, they don't reproduce. And mothers carrying their calves, they tend to be premature born. To me, it highlights that what we're looking at is a society, because those other animals are helping that mother stay with that calf. So it really shows you that this cohesion, this assisting each other, is what drives this particular species. The whole group just kept pushing the baby up it would breathe and just supporting it through those first 3 hours. And that's where it really clicked with me that I was looking at very sort of high-level mammalian behaviour, and just brought it home how awful it is that we're doing so many wrong things in their habitat. Dear. Mammals do something called, or have a behaviour called epimalectic behaviour, which is a caregiving behaviour normally directed at dead infants. We've seen it in elephants and in primates and in dolphins. It's relatively rare, incredibly rare in Hong Kong. And what we think is happening is it's the mother's way of trying to get the calf to behave normally as if it were alive. As you saw, she kept trying to push the calf to the surface, and that's what they do with a newborn calf. They push it to the surface and they try and keep it at the surface as it begins and learns to breathe.
The mother and the family may carry the dead calf for as long as 9 days in a futile effort to save its life. The mother is well known to the unit. Her name is Pumbaa. The cause of the calf's death was not determined. Between June 5th and June 9th, 3 more juvenile dolphins were found dead, washed up on local shores. Explanation unknown. The Agricultural, Fisheries and Conservation Department has created a half-dozen marine protected areas, 3 specifically aimed at conserving dolphin and porpoise habitat. The latest being the Southwest Lantau Marine Park. Researchers say the parks are a step in the right direction, but what's usually followed with a caveat: more needs to be done.
Southwest Lantau Marine Park, for sure, that is an area that we've seen a lot of dolphins. I mean, they've been driven further and further out of their natural habitat in North and Northwest Lantau with the reclamation of the third runway and the building of the airport. So these are areas really that these are all the areas that the dolphins have left. So all the more reason to push for protecting these areas.
Naomi of the SMRU has joined conservation activist Gary Stokes on a hunt for the shy and elusive finless porpoise, a mammal extremely difficult to study and to photograph, since it doesn't have a dorsal fin. The best shots look like truck tires floating in the sea. The last survey in 2002 recorded 200 to 220 animals in local waters.
What we are seeing is more and more washing up dead. So last year we had a bumper year with 43 animals washed up dead. Now if there's only 200 animals, alarm bells should really be ringing.
Using a drone camera, the images he's captured reveals a side of this mammal rarely seen before. The bird's eye view gives him a wide expanse of the sea to watch, and of Hong Kong's forgotten sea mammals.
They're very, very charismatic animals, and also obviously very social. I mean, we see the pair swimming along together. Real personality and character, and hopefully that could actually stand to help them. I mean, if that gets public compassion towards them and raises some concerns. To establish MPAs, but actually we need MPAs with teeth. MPA being a marine park area. At the moment, MPAs people can go and fish in. So we would suggest a marine protected area on the southwest of Lama, just because that's a key habitat, and it's also a key habitat for, say, the green turtles and other wildlife.
They'd also like another new marine protected area around the Soku Islands. Shifting the route of marine traffic like the Macau ferry further to the south would also help prevent ships from running over the mammals and reduce marine noise underwater, which renders them virtually blind. These measures would reduce human contact with local dolphins and porpoises, perhaps giving the animals a higher chance of survival.
Next week, a look at the services available for Hong Kong's growing elderly population.
And a close-up look at the special challenges facing Hong Kong's domestic helpers and their employers during the pandemic.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.